The International Election Observation Mission of the OSCE presented its initial impressions of the election campaign and yesterday's vote.
The Armenian elections, I quote, were characterized by a competitive, vibrant and largely peaceful campaign. At the same time, an unequal playing field due to violations of campaign provisions and cases of pressure on voters, as well as deficiencies in the complaints and appeals process, were causes of concern. The elections were held under an improved legal framework and administered in an overall professional and transparent manner prior to election day. Election day was generally calm and peaceful, but marked by organizational problems and undue interference in the process, mostly by party representatives. End of quote. End of quote.
While those impressions stress the positive aspects of the campaign, two key statistics hidden in the preliminary report show regression since the 2007 parliamentary election. In 2007, the voting process was assessed as good or very good at 94% of polling stations visited by international observers, whereas this year the assessment was negative at 10% of polling stations visited. Similarly, 5 years ago, the vote count was deemed negative in just 17% of polling stations where observers were present. This time around, the figure was almost 1/5, 19%.
From the outset, there was great reason to be optimistic about these elections. Freedoms of expression, assembly and media were respected.
Unfortunately, this was overshadowed by concerns over the accuracy of the voter list and violations of the election code that created an unequal playing field.
In some areas, these elections are better than the previous ones. In other areas, there is a status quo and a potential for improvement. In other areas, there might be a setback and also a greater potential for improvement. What we try to do is to say to the Armenian authorities, these are the points which you have to correct for next time. For instance, and this is in the interim report, so I will not reveal a secret by saying that, but when an organization linked to the boss of an important party gives away for free 500 tractors, this should have some influence in some areas on some voters.
Crucially, they appear to attribute the problems with the ink used to mark voters' passports to incompetence, rather than a deliberate attempt to facilitate multiple voting by the same person. The observers also did not question the official 62.2% voter turnout, 10% higher than 5 years ago. Naria Vanessian, CIVILNET.